Good morning, everybody. This is Kori J, and you are watching the Kori J Experience. So, today I'm going to talk about a few things. I am going to start, of course, with the Michael Brown shooting. Gosh, my heart goes out to his family and to every other family who's lost a loved one to such violence. It's unfortunate that it seems like ever since the George Zimmerman case, it seems like we are just a free for all here. Let me kill off black people and I'll get away with it. uh, that's what it absolutely seems like to me, because it's continuing to happen and it's becoming a lot more frequent, which is sad. It's absolutely sad. It's horrible and it has to stop. But I'm going to tell you something, people. These are serious injustices that has happened in the African American community, but we've done worse to ourselves within our own community. And so my anger or my disposition is not toward the police officers that killed him. Some of you may not like that. It wasn't right. No, it wasn't right. And it does put me in outrage because he shouldn't have had to lose his young life at all for jaywalking. He didn't do anything wrong. So please don't misunderstand my statement. What I'm saying is that in the African American community, if we were already united as one, these things wouldn't be able to happen. But we want to unite when things like this happen, and then we want to come against the Caucasian people because they're the ones committing the act. Well, why don't we get so mad when Pookie and Ray Ray and them kill Lil John because of his sneakers? Why don't we get upset when um, another young black man robs an older woman or an elderly person, or when they beat up on homeless people? Why don't we get outraged about that? Why don't we get outraged when our young men are going out there robbing stores for money, or selling crack to the crack addict, or selling weed on the corner just to make some money? Why don't we get outraged about the young black men who are not doing a damn thing with their lives? Why don't we get outraged about that? Why don't we start really uh, putting some things in motion to change our local neighborhoods? We do not. Okay? We don't even patronize most African American businesses because, let me be honest, most of us don't do business well. We're shady with how we do things. We're always trying to get over on people, and we're dishonest. That's what's happening. It's not just a stereotype, it's what it is. And I'm speaking from my personal experience. Some of you may disagree, but I guarantee the majority of you are going to agree with me. Let me know what you think. Put your thoughts down below in the comment section. But I tell you, if we don't stand together, united, it's going to continue to happen. It saddens me that our older generation, our grandparents and great grandparents, have to watch this stuff happen all over again because our generation isn't doing anything remotely close to what they did to fight for us. See, we have the right to vote now, but most of you don't even know that it was only supposed to last for 25 years and that it was extended just a few more years when President Obama became president. And I promise you that when he's out of office, that is going to change. It's a potential that it could change. But most of us don't even know that because we're ignorant. We are uneducated and we don't take the time to pay attention. We don't watch the news. We don't read newspapers. We do not pay attention to politics, which is unfortunate. We want to blame everybody else for our unfortunate demise instead of taking the responsibility to say, hey, we need to do better. It's not the white man's fault that our communities are the way they are, it's our fault. And that's where the blame lies, in my opinion. It lies within the African American community. Let's not just stand up and band together now. We have churches that don't even unite with one another, which is absolutely sad. And back in the day, when Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Betty Shabazz, Coretta Scott King, they may have had two different organizations, but they fought for the same cause. If they were still alive right now, they would be absolutely disappointed in what they see, because everything they fought for has gone right out the window in the black community. That's what I am outraged about. We've done million man marches, million woman marches for what? What has it changed? Absolutely nothing, in my opinion. But then again, that's just my opinion. You still have young ladies walking around with half their business hanging out and then want to be upset when a man treats them like a piece of meat. There's no respect anymore. Women don't respect another woman's husbands. Men, you're not respecting the next man's wife. You guys, people just, it's a free for all. Everybody's just doing what they want to do and they think it's okay. And then when this stuff happens, then we want to stand up for something. Why not be proactive instead of reactive and stand up for something before things happen? See, if we stand united as a people, these things cannot happen and they would not happen. Why? Because they know that as a unit, we'd be coming for them and we'd win. Why? Because there's power in numbers and there's victory where numbers stand. Seriously. But nobody wants to do that. We just want to talk about it, be outraged about it, and we want to uh, blame everybody else. But my opinion is that the blame lies within the African American community, and hopefully, we will take this opportunity to really stand together and change our communities. Stop selling drugs to one another. Find a regular job if you need to make money. Stop living beyond our means. Stop fronting and flossing like we have it all together when we really don't. And help one another. You know, there's so many people who could benefit from the knowledge that you have, but because you're being selfish with it, you want to keep it all to yourself. I've never seen women so catty like I do amongst the African American community of women. It's ridiculous. It's sad and it's hurtful to our young women because they're looking to us for examples and we aren't giving them one to really look after. There's a very small majority of us who are really doing something to try to empower young women. And the rest of the African American community of women are just sitting there wanting to be their friends. If you know, if you're a young parent, you want to be your daughter's friend instead of really being her mother, or raising our young men to just not really amount to much, and it's not okay with me. I don't like the stereotype that I'm even put in. Me being the caliber of woman that I am, I take pride in the fact that I am a very classy, sophisticated, educated woman. Um, and a degree doesn't always mean that you're educated because there's some ignorant people with a degree. So for me, it's a matter of how you apply the knowledge that you gain and um, the fruit that comes from that. So for me, I am just tired of being put in a category with other women who aren't doing much. Not every black woman is on welfare. Not every black woman has ever been on welfare. Not every black woman has grown up in the hood, the projects. Not every black woman has a bunch of children outside of wedlock. Some people have children and they're single parents now because they were divorced. They were married for a long time and all their children have the same fathers. And so what if they don't? But at the same time, we can't continue to put each other in this stereotype. Not just each other, but we cannot allow people outside of our community to do it either. But this is what happens. It starts with us. We are so judgmental of one another that they feel they have the right to judge us too. We cannot support one another. If it was the last thing we needed to do, we still wouldn't do it. Why? Because there's so much hate within the black community for each other, which is sickening to me. I do not understand that at all whatsoever. What am I going to hate the next woman for? Now, if she steps on my toes and wants to come and try to interfere with my household, then yes, I'm going to have a problem with you. Because I just can't stand that. I can't stand that. And another thing that African American people do, and this is what really pisses me off, we don't respect one another's relationships. We don't respect one another's families. Why would you introduce your friend that you know is involved with somebody or married or whatever to somebody new, knowing that they're involved? Why would you even do that? Black people, why do we do stupid stuff like that, causing problems where there was none, creating more drama than there needed to be? Why do we do stuff like that? Why do we not honor the ones who are riding with us? Why do we put our mates through so much black people. Why? I'm talking as a black woman. I can't speak for every other race out there because that's not a part of who I am. I'm a black woman and I'm so sick and tired of how I am treated as a black woman who stands up for her family, who supports her man when there is one in my life, who is a strong black woman. I am so tired of being treated like I am just a piece of meat, like I just don't matter, like I am just there for your selfish pleasure. I am sick of how we're treated as black women. I am tired of it. And I am tired of how our black women are treating our black men. It is disgusting to me how a black woman could even use her vagina to try to get another man to pay her bills when she has 2 feet and 2 hands that are able to go take her to work and help her to function on the job. I am sick of it. I can't, it turns my stomach. It absolutely does. So these things that we're upset about that happens when white people attack black people, well, you know what? The same things that they're doing, we're doing to ourselves. So let's get outraged about that. Let's start making changes there. Let's start honoring our families. Let's start honoring our relationships. But everybody's so busy on the outside looking for stones to collect when they already have diamonds in their possession. We do not know the value of what we have as an African American community. We do not. We want to blame slavery, the Willie Lynch Project, all of that stuff for the mentality that we have today. No, no. See, that may have been the beginning, but it didn't have to be the end. And we use it as a means to an end. Instead of just looking in the mirror and say, you know what, I'm not right. This is wrong. I shouldn't be cheating on my wife. I shouldn't be cheating on my girlfriend. I shouldn't be cheating on my husband. I shouldn't be cheating on my boyfriend. You know, I need to treat this man better. I need to treat this woman better. I need to treat my kids better than this. Some people have children just to collect a welfare check. How disgusting is that? It's absolutely gross. I'm not saying that only African American people do it. Everybody does it across the board. Not everybody, but in every nationality, every race, I've seen it with more than just African American people. Some of you may be offended by some things that I've had to say, and that's okay. My intention was not to offend, hurt anybody's feelings, but I did have to speak my mind. Okay, that's a part of the Kori J experience. I say things that people won't, can't, and don't. You want to hear more from me? Subscribe to my channel. You want to know what's coming up next? You're gonna have to stay tuned to find out. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you again soon. Till next time. Ciao.